head of the department, Swami Vivekanand Mahavidyalaya, Shirur Tajpan. Before I begin to talk, I would like to request Professor Mule sir to introduce another resource person, P. Mantha ma'am. Dr. Mule sir.
Munde sir. Today's next speaker on this workshop is Mrs. Mantha PP madam. She is from Swami Vivekananda Mahavidyalaya, Shirur Tajpan. Madam is a research supervisor. 3 scholars have been awarded PhD degree under her supervision. She is also IQAC coordinator. Her area of interest is Indian writing in English. Madam has published several articles in reputed or peer-reviewed journals and presented papers in several national and international conferences and seminars. Madam, I warmly and heartily welcome you for this workshop. I request Mantha madam to take over.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, all. At the very outset, I would like to thank Dr. Nagori madam and Munde sir for giving me this opportunity to share my views with you all on soft skills development. I also congratulate the Department of English, MU College, for organizing such a wonderful workshop on this crucial topic. Students, when we talk about soft skills, we need to know the difference between soft skills and hard skills. So will you please allow me to share the screen?
Yes, yes. Yes. Now you are admin.
And just click the share the screen. Share screen. Share screen.
This is also laptop.
कंपाउंडर आहे
पार्टनर शुक्ल शुक्ल
काका कुठे गेला
इथं पडलं
काय पडलं
इथून खूप इथं पडला
हे पुढे
तुम्हाला काय वाटलं काय पडलं
चार्जर
It's taking time to share. I don't know why.
माझं झालं मंथा मॅडम
It's okay. There must be some. Yeah.
तुम्हाला बरोबर नको नसो
काय करायचं हे ऐक सॉफ्ट स्किल्स वर आहे.
Madam. Unmute. 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 मॅडम अनम्यूट व्हा तुम्ही अनम्यूटचं बटन दाबा तुमच्या स्पीकरचं बटन दाबा तुमच्या याच्यावर ओके हा ओके सर
Is my screen audible?
just click on share screen ma'am you are audible ma'am you are audible now
I'm trying to share my PPT.
Share screen share करा. Share screen करा.
madam I will help you just click on the share screen
Okay, it's okay. I will continue with my regular and traditional one only. I don't know what's the problem with my PPT.
Just
Friends,
click on the share screen button, ma'am. In the bottom line, there is a share screen button.
yes.
Share screen, green button. Between the chart and the recording. Yes, right. Where is your PPT, ma'am? In PowerPoint? So click the PowerPoint, third one. Third one, not WhatsApp. It's not WhatsApp, ma'am.
It is in the WhatsApp.
Your PPT is saving in WhatsApp. Saved in WhatsApp?
Yes, saved in WhatsApp.
Okay.
I'll come out of this. Stop sharing. Okay. I will continue with my traditional thing. I don't know what's the problem with my PPT. So, students, am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
When we talk about soft skills, as students, we need to know about the hard skills and soft skills. So what is the difference between hard skills and soft skills? Friends, hard skills are much easier to judge, measure, quantify. The skills that one possesses. And they can be learned or acquired through schooling, training, or any other such programs. But hard skills of a person or an employee can be easily measured or judged through one's proficiency. When we talk about the hard skills of students, we can judge their skill through their tests, exams, degree, or through their degree or through their certification. And if we talk about the hard skills of employees, we can judge or measure their skill through the training programs or through internships, which may be industry specific, maybe technical skills. And moreover, one can achieve a target or fulfill one's goal or aim through learning, schooling, or training programs in the relevant field. For example, an accountant can get proficiency through training in accounts and bookkeeping or any relevant course. Similarly, an engineer from any trade can acquire proficiency. Now, coming to the soft skills. Soft skills are abilities that are much difficult to measure, judge, and even to define. Soft skills are subjective skills, interpersonal skills. In fact, they are personal traits. And to be clear, how people interact with each other, especially at the time of interview, a candidate with soft skills succeed. Always they succeed and perform very well when compared to the candidates who do not possess the soft skills. Friends, this soft skill, it is very difficult to prove one's proficiency, but these skills are very necessary to create a healthy and positive environment in the workplace. We can see how a person works on his own and also with others through his soft skills. Friends, soft skills are also called as people's skills, as they are associated with person's emotional intelligence. Now let us see in detail these soft skills, what are they and what the soft skills include? Adaptability, creativity, persuasion, leadership skills, time management, problem solving skills, decisiveness, stress management, teamwork, responsibility, confidence, friendliness, and empathy. These are some of the soft skills. So let us see what is adaptability skill. According to the dictionary, adaptability is the ability to adjust to different conditions or circumstances. Students, nowadays, educational institutes are switching to technology. Teachers as well as students are compelled to adapt the technology. Earlier, teachers and students were involved in offline or traditional teaching methodology. Now we have accepted the change in the system and we have been trying to institutionalize it. Even in industries, people are turning to technology, towards technology, and they are turning themselves into techno-savvies. They are adapting or adjusting themselves to the changes to fit themselves into the system. In the modern age of this technology, we must have the flexibility to the changes that are taking place. And for acquiring this ability, adaptability skill, I'm insisting again, and for acquiring this adaptability skill, we need to have, or we should have, flexibility. This is one of the qualities that we should possess. If at all, we are supposed to acquire this quality. Flexibility is one of the qualities, understanding and curiosity to know the things, especially to know the new things. And for that, another word is enthusiasm. Enthusiastic one must be. And above all, sincerity. No escapism works here. Sincerity pays every time. So for acquiring adaptability, we must have flexibility and all other qualities that I have mentioned here. And how do we acquire these? How do we develop these qualities? Only through practice. And it needs a lot of efforts. Next, let us talk about creativity. What is creativity? It is the ability to transcend traditional ideas, rules, patterns, relationships, or the like, and to create meaningful ideas and interpretations. Nowadays, the word creativity not depend on others. And confidence is another quality. It is equally important for acquiring creativity. Unless we possess confidence, we cannot proceed in any activity. Moreover, freedom or liberty. In an institute, if the boss doesn't give freedom to the employee, he cannot go ahead with his creative ideas. So freedom or liberty to do something is equally important. That's what I feel. Above all, intelligence is the key factor. that contributes in the process of creativity. And next, vision is also significant here. Without any vision, man cannot progress. Dr. Abdul Kalam, our former president of India, had a great vision for our nation, that is India. I would like to tell you the story of a shepherd boy here to support my idea of creativity and its significance as a skill. Students, Santiago is a central character in Paulo Coelho's novel, The Alchemist. I'm sure you must be aware of this novel. Paulo Coelho's novel, The Alchemist. Santiago, a shepherd boy, is an ambitious young man. He wanted to travel to Africa to pursue his dreams. The dream of a great treasure hidden thousands of miles away at the base of the Egyptian pyramids. In order to fulfill his dreams, he starts his journey. But on the way, he was robbed and he remained penniless. At first, he thinks over to give up the idea of treasure hunt and return to his home. But he decides to move ahead and carry on with his errand. Accordingly, he finds a job at the crystal shop. The boy works in the shop for a month, but was not satisfied with the money he had earned in a month. In order to fulfill his dream of treasure hunt, he need to work hard, or he need to do something else to earn more money and to leave that place. By using his imagination power, he decides to improve the business. Accordingly, he builds a showcase for the crystal so as to attract the public or the customers. But this new idea was not liked by the owner or the merchant. See what the merchant says. I do not like change. He didn't want any change in his shop. He wanted to remain the same. But the boy did not stop there. He continued his efforts to attract the customers and improve the business. He does it because it was his personal trait to do something creative. He wanted to do something creative. It was his internal quality. And within 2 months, the merchant or the owner of the shop find a lot of improvement in the business. In fact, it was a strange land for the shepherd boy. But he learned, he was so enthusiastic. So he learned some important things in the business, like dealing with crystals and about the language over there for proper communication, and then finds out some solutions for the problems of the customers, like the problem of drinking water and so on. He starts selling tea along with drinking water for the refreshment. Then the crystal business grows and the merchant hired 2 more employees. And like this, the crystal business grows with the creative ideas of the shepherd boy. The boy knew very well the word ethics here, and he used his imagination power, and he was enthusiastic enough to learn the things. So all these qualities contributed in the growth of the business. So creativity is the significant element in this. Now let us see persuasion, the another soft skill. What is persuasion? It is an attempt to influence a person's beliefs, attitudes, and motivations. In workplaces, when we are working as a team, or whenever we work as a team or in a group, all the persons hold different views, but all do not possess the skill to persuade people or the customers. And the one who possesses the persuasion skill will be able to influence others' beliefs or attitudes or behavior. It may be possible, it may not be possible overnight, but may take time to persuade the customers or the people or the entire team. It's a gradual process, but he succeeds in his attempts. And in order to acquire this persuasion skill, we need tolerance power. That's what I feel. Along with tolerance power, we need knowledge of that particular subject, then communication skills, which are very essential, reasoning power to judge the things, to evaluate the things, that is also equally important, and above all, logic and perception, and moreover, the public relations. They are very, very important for acquiring this skill. And we can acquire this skill to some extent through the practice. Again, here, I would like to talk about Santiago to support my views. Santiago, yes, we know that he began his work at the crystal shop. After a few days, while working in the shop, the boy finds the work more monotonous, and with very low income, he was not satisfied. So he is in need of money for the journey. That's why he is not satisfied. And he wanted to leave that place at the earliest in order to fulfill his dream, to find the treasure. So he decides and he uses his reasoning power over there. Similarly, his perception of the surroundings help him to understand the requirements of the customers, such as drinking water. So the boy even persuades his master to improve the business. But we find the merchant was reluctant and he did not like any change. But the boy shows tolerance. He did not use the theory of escapism, right? He showed tolerance and he convinced his master with his logic and his communication skills. Ultimately, the boy succeeds in convincing the owner of the shop. Therefore, knowledge, perception, reasoning, logic are equally important for attaining this skill. Friends, let us talk about leadership skills. Yes, it is the action or the skill of leading a group of people or organization. It is one of the significant skills for a person. A person who possesses the leadership qualities must be able to guide or give direction to the team members. And we know that. These are qualities that a leader should acquire. And the qualities such as emotional intelligence, convincing power, subject knowledge for guiding the team members, morals and ethics to show the right direction to the team. So these are some of the qualities that a person should develop or a student should develop in order to have this leadership skill. Moreover, having good public relations is equally important here. And above all, trusting others and sincerity pays a lot while improving the leadership skills. Because a person should work in the interest of the organization, then he needs sincerity. So these are the qualities. When we talk about time management skills, yes, it includes managing one's time or organizing each day or completing the task in time on a specific activity. A popular saying is there, a stitch in time saves 9. And we know that time management helps us to structure our work in a way and to accomplish our goals. How to acquire these skills? Set your goal, time, and structure it. whether the goals may be short term or long term. Yes. And then proper planning to improve the ability and efficiency, that is also equally important. And if you are working in groups, assign the task to the groups, but within time limit. This is equally important. Then only we can develop this skill. And of course, it is only through practice. Next, let us talk about the problem-solving skills. While performing the task, we confront several problems, and the problems may vary from team to the customers and from person to person. When we work in team especially, we may come across various problems. And one must be able to handle the situation properly. And in order to acquire these skills, what must be practiced? Or what must we acquire? How do we acquire? Friends, we need self-control for that. No distractions and only focus on our work. Secondly, strong willpower, determination that will help us to stick to our work. Reasoning and contemplation and thinking power. It also helps us to understand the problem and to solve. And it helps in solving the problem. Next, perception. Perception, it is the proper understanding of the surroundings. As our hero, again, Santiago, solves the problems of the customers, right? We know that as Santiago solved the problems through his perception, every individual can solve the problems through one's perception of the surroundings. Yes, invention. From the childhood, we have been learning that invention is the mother of necessity. So proper planning is equally important here. Wherever it is required, proper planning, understanding the surroundings, then only we will be able to handle the situation very well. And next comes decisiveness. What is decisiveness? It is the ability to select or choose the best alternative to give the best outcome. Yes, what are the qualities to be acquired? How can we develop this decisiveness as a soft skill? Friends, for that, we need to have confidence. We need to develop it. Critical thinking is also one of the aspects. Emotional intelligence, knowledge, reasoning power to judge the situation, proper execution, and critical thinking for the objective analysis and evaluation of the task. These are the things that are essential for acquiring this skill. Now, let us talk about stress management. Yes, while performing a task, we undergo through stress several times. And if we do not manage our stress, the task may not be performed in time or may not be performed well, or it may lead to worst consequences. So stress management, we know it is a popular term nowadays. Yes, we may get stress at home or stress at workplace, or for students while pursuing higher studies. So effective stress management helps us to relieve from stress and live a happy life. And how to acquire stress management skills? Friends, we know stress is temporary. It's not permanent. Yes. And we should know that it is all in our mind. First of all, we must find the sources of stress. For that, we need critical thinking again. And stress related to mind and heart, again, yes, when we talk about this stress management, one must try to overcome it. how to overcome the stress levels. Yes, I feel that meditation, yoga, and other health-related courses may reduce stress. Even healthy diet helps. Healthy discussion also helps in reducing our stress level. And through yoga and meditation, I'm pretty sure that we can overcome stress levels and we can manage our stress and we can work or we can succeed in our task. Let us talk about empathy and teamwork. What is this teamwork and empathy? Friends, working in groups, working in teams, on several occasions, we work in teams, right? And working in teams is very helpful. We can share our ideas, right? And for acquiring the teamwork skill, working in a teamwork is not an easy task. And to acquire this skill, we need patience. First thing is patience. We must listen to the team members, all the team members. And for that, we need to develop empathy. We must be able to understand the feelings of others. We must listen, pay patience listening to them. And exchange of ideas is very important quality over here in a teamwork. Then interpretation and proper communication. It is also equally important to avoid misunderstanding among the group members or in a teamwork. Secondly, motivation is equally important. Without motivation, a team cannot work together. So each and every person must have motivational attitude in a team. So that helps in building team spirit. Respectfulness is also equally important. Give and take respect. Trust, honesty, responsibility. These are some of the aspects which are very significant while working in a team. And it is a skill. As a skill, when we work, these are the qualities we need to develop. Then confidence is equally important. It is also one of the skills. Self-confidence. Whenever we talk about confidence, self-confidence comes first. Yes, it is the key factor for every individual. Whether we work in a team or individually, we need this confidence. The higher the confidence level, the more we attain success. And the lower the confidence, we remain unsuccessful several times. So what are the qualities for acquiring a confidence? Friends, it is universally known that knowledge is the significant thing. Unless we possess subject knowledge, yes, we do not get confidence. So next, general awareness. How do we get this knowledge and general awareness? Through vast reading. Yes. Then comes work ethics and morals that also help us in developing or building confidence. Trust, honesty, similarly, better communication skills and emotional intelligence. All these things contribute in developing confidence. Then comes friendliness. It is the quality of being friendly, behaving in a pleasant way towards someone. Yes, for acquiring this quality of friendliness, we need to be very supportive. Yes, we should show concern towards others. We should maintain healthy atmosphere at the working place. We must be empathetic, no bossism, right? Share and care attitude. All these things are very, very significant. Yes, now coming to empathy as a skill. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. To acquire empathy as a skill, we need to develop friendliness. These are interrelated. These are sub-skills, right? Friendliness, we have seen earlier. Understanding, this is very important. Next, emotional intelligence. And moreover, humanity is the significant factor here. Unless we have humanity, love for humanity, and love, affection for others, we cannot acquire this skill. Similarly, politeness, modesty are also the key factors for acquiring this empathy. Friends, till now we have talking about this skills. But why we need soft skills? Yes, we as human beings always aspire for progress and development. Accordingly, we make continuous efforts. We engage ourselves in doing this course and that course, and just because we want development, right? And we want to improve ourselves. It's all for the better future and for better living. And it is the ultimate aim of our life. It is the ultimate purpose. Then higher education we take and we go or move on for further courses. But as I have told, all cannot make progress. Some remain average while others progress. If we keenly observe the people who possess soft skills, make their way and make their day. From nothing, they raise themselves. For the past incidents, for the past events, we look into the society, we can see that from nothing, several people, they raised themselves to business tycoons. It's all because of creativity, leadership qualities, persuasion, teamwork, and some other soft skills. If at all we want to lead a successful life, we need yes, prosperous life, like is a success for some of us, but for few, leading a happy life and healthy life is a successful life. So for people like us, for many of us, both are equally important. Prosperous life as well as happy and healthy life is equally important. How to develop these skills? In a nutshell, I would like to suggest to you, friends, there are several books. One of the best books, which I know, is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. When you get time, you go through this book. It is written by Stephen R. Covey. Best books, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I repeat it again. Now, how to develop? First thing I feel is think win-win. Think positive, trust others, and maintain healthy relations. And be proactive. Take initiatives to complete the task in time. And be empathetic. Try to understand others, listen to them, listen to their problems, and take your own decision. Take your own time and let them take their time and take your decisions in time. Then maintain healthy relations with others and change your perception. Please do not be an old stick in the mud. Be flexible. Change your views and perceptions towards others. And finally, be modest. Politeness is equally important. So be modest, be honest, and sincere to your work. Friends, Another thing I would like to mention here, Bloom's taxonomy is there. Whenever we talk about soft skills, Bloom's taxonomy, actually I have prepared the PPT over here, but I'm extremely sorry that I could not show it to you. In Bloom's taxonomy, it is a powerful tool to help develop learning objectives actually. It explains the process of learning, but I have applied this to understand the soft skills. So in Bloom's taxonomy, we have several factors to understand the learning process. But in understanding or to learn the soft skills, understanding is one of the things that what I feel or I consider. Yes, understanding, improve one's understanding capacity, listen to others, and changing one's opinion. Again, I repeat, in Bloom's taxonomy, that if required, change one's opinion and think for other alternative. Think win-win, as I have mentioned. So all these factors, when I refer to Bloom's taxonomy. Another thing is be organized, well-planned, structured, and disciplined in a teamwork. That will also that will help, and that is also one of the aspects. And to be a human being, yes, do not lose temper, be humble, honest, and support. These are the things we need. As that I tried to explain. I think as students, you are all aspiring for better future. So institutionalizing and internalizing. For institutions, we should institutionalize, and as a persons, we must internalize all the soft skills as much as possible, if not, in order to lead a better life. Best of luck to all the students. And once again, I would like to thank the Department of English in your college for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to extend my thanks to all the participants for patient listening. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your nice presentation. Without taking much time, it is almost 7:45. So I would like to request Professor Hokane sir to propose a vote of thanks. Dr. Hokane sir.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to all of you. Honorable Principal Dr. R.R. Tamburi, sir. I am audible?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, okay. And today's resource person, Dr. Vitthal Gore, sir, and Dr. Mantha ma'am. I am here to propose vote of thanks. On behalf of Internal Quality Assurance Cells, Maharashtra Udayagiri Mahavidyalaya, Udgir, I would like to propose a vote of thanks. First of all, I am very thankful to all the members of management of Maharashtra Education Society, Udgir, for giving us permission to conduct this one-day national level online workshop on soft skill development. I am also thankful to the principal of our college, Dr. R.R. Tamburi sir, for this gracious presence for the workshop. I am thankful to the resource person, Dr. Vitthal Gore sir, and Dr. P. Mantha ma'am for their valuable guidance and enlightened speech. I am thankful to all the participants for their participation in this online workshop. I am thankful to all the staff of Udayagiri College. I am also thankful to all faculty of Computer Science Department, Mr. Awale sir and Mr. Rahul Biradar sir, for their technical assistance.
Hello.